What's up on this Sunday night, Vol Nation? Frank, House of Orange Sports Channel, coming at you. I got a lot of stuff coming up tonight, actually. A little bit behind today, just traveling back and forth. Got 3 videos coming out tonight. Hope you'll be able to catch all those. Make sure you hit the like, the share, the subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. We're talking baseball in this one. Tennessee, heck of a comeback. Wild game today, and watched a little bit of it early, and now I was traveling back from Asheville back here to home. And I don't know why I just found this, but yesterday I found there's a Tennessee Athletics app. How did I never know this before? Because I listened to Mike Keith yesterday on the Orange and White game, and then today I listened to John Wilkerson. That was fun. That's one of the first times I've really got to listen for an extended period of time to John Wilkerson. What a treat, man. What a great announcer. I mean, obviously we all know how great of an announcer he is, but just really getting to listen to him those last few innings today was, hey, what an announcer, man. Great job by him. But anyhow, Tennessee, the last I was actually watching it, Tennessee went up. They scored 5 runs. They went up, 7-3, I think it was. Could have even been, let me see. Let me pull the box back up. Yeah, it was 6th inning. It was 7-3 when I left Asheville. When I got the vehicle packed up and everything, Ole Miss has gotten 3 runs back with it. And then they got another one in the 7th, and then they got the go-ahead run in the 8th. And then we come into the 9th inning. Dalton Bargo, a big walk to lead off. Ole Miss makes a pitching change. Reese Chapman, 2-run bomb, opposite way, puts Tennessee up. And then Tennessee, let's see, Cannon Peebles had another him. We'll talk more about him today. Big game for him today. Manny Marin, fielder's choice out, gets back around 2 outs with Hunter Ensley. Hunter Ensley comes through with that base hit, puts him up 10-8. It was a little interesting in the ninth, bottom of the 9th as well, but Tennessee got out with it and got the win on it. And the way Tennessee played this weekend, especially the last 2 days, just take it and move on. Take your series win and move along, because their defense was absolutely horrendous these last 2 games. They were absolutely horrendous. Tegan Kuhn started today. He threw 1 bad pitch. That was it. His defense did him absolutely no favors, and he wasn't able to get through the 3rd inning. And it was really, baseball's not always a fair sport, as we know on that. Pretty unfair for Tegan Kuhn's today, because he did a good job. He threw 59 pitches. Tony Vitello pulled him out after a couple base hits. But if his defense does their job and backs him up, he's not in that predicament today. I'll call it like I see it on guys when they don't have it. There's some guys I think right now are struggling pitching. Kuhn's, I mean, a little bit, guys getting on last week. But I'll tell you, man, he's had some rough luck with defense not backing him up numerous times this year. That's the honest truth. And if you saw it today, there was, Antigua, they got charged with, was it 4 errors today? They easily could have been charged with about 6 errors today, in my opinion. And because now we like to give base hits if a ball's hit hard, no matter what. And I don't agree with that. But he come out, Krenzel come in for him, got him out of the inning. So Coons went 2 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 3 strikeouts, no walks. I thought he was good today. I thought he did a good job on it. Like I said, again, defense did him no favors today. He's out of those messes if the defense make plays. Braden Krenzel came in 2 2/3, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. They were earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 35 pitches for him. Dylan Lloyd then come in. He had probably about his roughest outing he's had yet. 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, a walk, a strikeout. He hit a batter. And Nate Snead, 2 hits, 1 run, none earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 3 wild pitches, 1 intentional walk. I think Snead's struggling right now. But again, with him too, I mean, you look at the numbers, 2 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run, none of them are earned. that again goes to tell you the defense is not doing their job for him. So I don't know where you go from there with your defense. And maybe you just chalk it up to it's one of those days and you played so bad defensively and you still got the win. I think you just take it and move on and you start working on your defense this week. We've seen these times from Tony Vitello teams. I always say they're not the most fundamental teams that are out there. They never have been. They never will be. But we have those games where they make some really good plays, and we have those games where they're really not. But you look back at the pitching yesterday as well. Where's AJ Russell going to fit in when he comes back, when they get him stretched out? Because I think the plan is you get him stretched out and ready for postseason. That's kind of what I think with it. And, it remains to be seen. I mean, I thought Marcus Phillips had another rough outing yesterday. 3 1/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. He had 3 walks. I mean, that was his problem last year, and it is this year. I mean, the encouraging thing for the pitch in the last 2 days that I saw, again, I liked what I saw, what Coons did today. 1 bad pitch. Pitchers are going to make 1 bad pitch occasionally. Franklin, 3 innings, 3 hits yesterday, no runs. All right, I thought that was a good outing. He needed that yesterday. But looking back, we'll see where they go with it. I think they're fine. I think they're fine, and you have those weekends. And Tony Vitello said it in the post game. He said, I can't – I know watching at home it gets frustrating, but, it's just baseball. They're college guys. They are still learning. He said that. These guys are still learning. So it's – they're not seasoned pros or anything yet. And these college baseball guys are not getting paid like some of these football guys are getting paid who've proven nothing on it. So, that's kind of where we're at here in according to Vitello on it. But now shifting to the offense today. Again, guys just coming up, and I thought it was interesting today. He switched the lineup up, moved Hunter Inslee to lead off, and I started wondering if this was not – I thought Dean Curley had a bad weekend offensively and defensively. And I'm a Curley guy. I like him. I don't think it would be a bad thing to give him a day off on Tuesday. And I'm not saying benching or anything. I'm just saying sometimes – guys take a day off. It's not a bad thing. And I don't think he's been playing near his best baseball. You got Bellarmine coming in Tuesday. Give him a day off. Just give him a rest. Let him catch his breath. Let him get a breather before Kentucky comes to town next weekend. I think it would be really good for him. Just my opinion on it. Again, and don't mistake. I'm not saying benching or anything. Sometimes you have that. He's kind of got what you call the yips right now. He's in a bit of a funk, but he's too good of a ball player that he's going to stay in it for a long period of time. Give him Tuesday off. Just let him catch his breath, watch a game, and then get him ready to go for next weekend. He's a vital part of your lineup. There's no doubt, and he's going to be. But may not be a bad thing. And apparently, I was wondering why Chris Newstrom wasn't playing. From what I'm told, he was sick this weekend. So I hope he gets well soon, because I was like, how does the dude have 3 games in a row like he'd had and then get benched? Well, that makes it make sense right there, because I'd said it after after Tuesday night. I said, I don't see how you put him on the bench, to be honest. So we'll see, where they go with that as they get it back into action on Tuesday. But look at the lineup today. You had Inslee 1 for 6. Keelan was back. Good to see him back. Of course, this weekend he was 1 for 6 today. Andrew Fisher, 2 for 4. He had a homer. I'll be honest, I've laughed about this. I've seen Tennessee fans going on about, how Ole Miss treated Doyle and Fisher. If Nico Iamaleava returns to Knoxville, how's Tennessee fans going to treat him? When Henry To'oTo'o returned to Knoxville, how did Tennessee fans treat him? If a guy leaves Tennessee, goes somewhere else, a high-profile guy, like if Chase Burns would have come back to Knoxville last year pitching for Wake Forest, if Wake Forest would have won that Greenville Regional the East Carolina Regional, and then played Tennessee in the Super Regional. That Friday night or Saturday night, whichever it would have gotten to, if you would have had Drew Beam versus Chase Burns, are you telling me Tennessee fans would have been just all giving him all the hospitality and cheering him? Give me a break, guys. The Ole Miss fans did not do a single thing Tennessee fans would not have done if the roles were reversed. If Doyle and Fisher would have played for Tennessee last year and then left and went to Ole Miss, and then Ole Miss would have came to Knoxville, all right, you can't sit here and tell me Tennessee fans would have just welcomed them in and given them all the hospitality that there is. Come on, man. Yeah, get upset about it, but it's nothing that Tennessee fans would not have returned either. So that's called the SEC for you. And frankly, I would have probably been more disappointed in the Ole Miss fans if they had not have just booed them and tried to make it hard on them. You think those guys weren't expecting it going in? Come on, man. But Fisher had a pretty good weekend. Had that bomb today earlier on. Let's see, that was in the third inning at that point. Curley, he was cleanup today. Pretty interesting. 1 for 3. Had an RBI, a couple walks. Bargo 0 for 2. Chapman 2 for 4. Chapman had the big one today with that home run. But here's one I liked today. Cannon Peebles 3 for 5. 2 RBIs on the day. He had a home run in that 6th inning as well. And then he had a base hit again, which enabled them to get that other run. I know he didn't score it, but he was forced out on a fielder's choice. But still, yet, if he's not on base, that other run doesn't happen. Great, really good day for him. He threw a guy out late, which was big as well. And they called him all 3 times this weekend. I thought it was pretty interesting. So hopefully this gets him going, because I think he's better than what his average shows. Abernathy was 1 for 3. He started at second. They pulled him, brought Manny Marin in later. Ariel Antigua was 0 for 2. Ariel Antigua, though, had 3 sacrifice bunts today. So, he's not just, rattling the walls, consistent base hitter. But I'll tell you, man, that's an effective dude down there for Tennessee, because they've had trouble getting bunts down in the past. If you got a guy down here who can get a hit, as he's proven, he can drive a run in. But now you got a guy down here, definitely not his best defensive day either, but he's still, I'll put him up against anybody any day of the week. But the fact that he's getting these bunts down, that's big. That's big. I like having a guy who can do that. That's big for this team. But I'm proud of this team, because it was Tony Vitello said, we didn't play good ball this weekend. Tony Vitello's roundabout words, but we still won on it. Is exactly right. And, that's the sign of a good team, that you don't have your best and you're still able to get out and pull it off. So Tennessee's back in action Tuesday against Bellarmine. I think it'll be interesting to see how many innings A.J. Russell goes. He was available this weekend, but they obviously didn't throw him. He's gone. They've kind of amped him up. He went a couple weeks an inning, 2 innings last week. Did they go 3 this week? I think they're still going to be cautious and careful with him. There's no need to rush it right now. You're still in a really good scenario. So you got Kentucky coming in next weekend, and then we go from there with the schedule. Bellarmine, Kentucky, Lipscomb. 2 weekends from now, you go to LSU, which will be a big series. Northern Kentucky. You got Auburn coming in the first weekend in May. Indiana State midweek. Vanderbilt comes to Knoxville the second weekend in May. Belmont on May 13th, midweek game. And then Tennessee finishes the year at Arkansas. Going to be interesting to see how the top 5 shakes up this weekend. Wouldn't be surprised to see Tennessee go up some. But, sometimes a series win is a series win, and we'll take it. Make sure you hit the like, the share, the subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate all your support. Appreciate you checking out all the content over the weekend. I've got a basketball men's portal video coming tonight, as there's some news out there, and the Lady Vols got a commitment as well that I'm going to release something on that also. Check out the links in the description for the channel memberships, channel patrons. As little as $1 a month can go to greatly help the channel. Or if you just want to say thanks, bottom right-hand corner, those super thanks are greatly appreciated. Frank, House of Orange, no matter whatever happens, it's always a great day to wear the orange.